A$AP Rocky just dropped a single for his new album, Don't Be Dumb, dropping this month, and he gave an interview where he revealed a lot more details on this record. So today, we're going to take a look at it. So let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. So obviously, Don't Be Dumb is dropping August 30th. We've been talking about this. We've been talking about his new album and what could possibly be on there. And we've just gotten a new single for it today. This Friday, August 2nd. It is called HIGHJACK. It is out now everywhere you can get the song at. It's featuring Jessica Pratt, an amazing feature at the end of the song. Let me just real quick give my opinion on the song before we talk about the details. I think this is amazing. I think this is the best move he could have made. It's a real classic Rocky song, from the structure to the flow he's using to that outro then with a little more vocals. It honestly sounds like something off of Testing, if I'm being honest. We have this harder hitting rap part where he's also bringing a good amount of energy, and then that beautiful outro. So I'm really happy with the track. This is a really good Rocky song. This is what we expect from him. But aside from that, obviously this falls in line with a bunch of other singles that we've gotten in the rollout for this album that will likely not make the cut, maybe except for one. Just a quick reminder, we had DMB over 2 years ago at this point, so that is a very long time ago. We've also had Same Problems that will maybe make the album. The same goes for Shittin' Me. It might make the album, even though I think he also kind of hinted that this is just a loose single. And we've had Riot, Rowdy Pipin', that could also make the album. I think the only two legitimate candidates are Same Problems and Riot. The other stuff probably won't make it. And obviously HIGHJACK, that will make the album as well. Also, excuse my voice, I'm a little bit sick, but it's just been getting worse and worse. So if I'm just completely dying over here, don't mind me. Anyway, he also teased a music video for this new song on his social media with a little scene of him sitting behind this door that is opening, smoking a cigar. It's looking pretty cool. I'm hoping that it'll come at some point over the next couple of days, because Rocky visuals are always something special. Any Rocky fan knows that. Also, I wanted to quickly touch on something that people have been talking about ever since the song came out, which is that Rocky might diss Drake on here. We've had lines like, people swear they pimpin', Scotty sippin', get your wife back. Don't compare their pussy boy to me, I don't like that. These people want my wife back, the people want my next track. Honestly, I believe these are just too weak of disses to actually be counted as like any real shots toward Drake. I mean, we've had Rocky kind of clap back at Drake on We Still Don't Trust You with Metro and Future, and we know that whole beef has been going on a little bit, but I don't think that is anything that Rocky would be concerned with on the new record. If I'm being completely honest, I just don't see that happening. Now let's actually get to another really interesting news that we got, which is a new interview with Apple Music and Zane Lowe. Always some of the best interviews that we get, because he just has this connection to the artist that is always pretty beautiful to watch. And he talked about a lot of stuff. So let's go through a couple of things that he stressed in this interview. First of all, they obviously talked about being a dad. They recorded this on his second son's first birthday. So that is going to play a big role in the album as well, him being a dad, that being the whole theme of maturing, stuff like that. He then also talked about the kind of like the game is for the taking, and now he's back after 6 years. That's also what he meant by hijack. Hijacking the game is for the taking, even though I didn't interpret it as that when I was listening to it. But hey, Rocky's confident that his new album is going to be dope. I'm happy about that. Also, what I found interesting is he talked about a lot of influences that he's had in the creation of this album. He talked about German expressionism and ghetto futurism, so kind of like those art forms or art, eras or whatever you would call them. And then he also referenced, in terms to ghetto futurism, Grimm. And Grimm is obviously an album title that we've had in 2021 or 2022 a little bit too, that we thought was going to be the new album. But he's connecting this to this kind of line of artistic expression, ghetto futurism, that he thinks of when he thinks of Grimm. So it could still play a role artistically in the new album, which is pretty cool to see. Also, he talked about why this album is only coming now. He says that his taste is changing a lot, and now was the time that he's had the most time to actually focus on the craft and get this album out. So that's the reason why it's dropping now. It's been 6 years though. You can't tell me that you had no time in 6 years except for the past year. So Rocky, we're on you. Nah, I'm happy that it's dropping, man. I'm not even complaining. I just want good music. If it takes this long for us to get good music, I'm all happy for it. And he talked about the contents of the record. He says that while it is obviously pretty serious and pretty mature, there is going to be some braggadocious stuff on there. He's A$AP Rocky. That is just what's part of his persona. And I mean, we're all happy with that. Hijack was like that too. And that was a dope song. So I'm all here for any aspect of Rocky that we get on this new record. Also, probably the most important thing that he said in this interview is that no leaks will be on the record. So none of the songs that we've heard 2021, 2022, maybe even 2023 at Rolling Loud or wherever that weren't the singles that we've gotten officially, like Taylor Swift or whatever, any of those songs, they're not gonna be on the album. So any leaks, any snippets, he said that he might play them at a festival, but they're not making the album. That is probably the biggest piece of news that we've gotten in this interview, because that is big, because we've been talking about all of those singles possibly making the cut. They're not. He also talked a little bit about the title, Don't Be Dumb, which I still don't like that much, to be honest, but he says it's self-explanatory. So interpret that however you will. He also said he's planning a tour, which is exciting. I've never seen Rocky live, and I want to see him live. So hopefully he's doing a world tour and I get to see him live. Maybe I'll hype for that too. And also he teased a song, which was pretty cool, called Hood Happy. And he said that he has featured on this one song Fat Man Scoop, Flavor Flav, Busta Rhymes, Slick Rick, and Morrissey. Now, Morrissey is someone he talked about in an interview with Complex like 3 years ago that he was collaborating with. But to have all of these artists on one song is crazy. That is going to be an amazing song. Hopefully the rest of the album will be too. But that's it for what he talked about in this interview. Now, let me know what y'all think about all of these details. Obviously, the album is dropping in like more than 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks. So I will definitely keep y'all updated, probably by the day at this point, any news that we get. So make sure you subscribed if you haven't yet. And I want to know how y'all feel about all of the news that we've gotten concerning Don't Be Dumb, how y'all like Hijack as a single, and what you think about the contents of the Zane Lowe interview, because that was also pretty interesting. So all your thoughts on this, please let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.